Hi Sagittarius, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. This is your love reading for the first 2 weeks in January 2018. This is a Gypsy Tarot love spread for the first 2 weeks in January 2018. So Universe Spirit, hope you guys had a good Christmas and I'm wishing you a very prosperous New Year. So Universe Spirit, show me Sagittarius love. I want to see Sagittarius and love in the first 2 weeks of January 2018. Show me Sagittarius and love. Show me Sagittarius and love. What do you see coming in for Sagittarius and love in the first 2 weeks of January 2018? Show me what you see coming in for Sagittarius and love. Show me Sagittarius and love. What do you see coming in for Sagittarius and love in the first 2 weeks of January 2018 in a 21 card Gypsy Tarot spread? Show me. Let's split the deck into 3, like so, and we're going to collect this up and let's have a look. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. See if we can move that a little bit across actually. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Okay, so let's have a look at you guys. What's your mental focus on at the moment? Wow, it's good. 5 of Cups in the reverse. Good start. This is all about coming out of a period of loss. When you get the 5 of Cups in the reverse, this is all about healing. So you Sagittarians are focused on healing at the moment. 5 of Cups in the reverse. In the upright, this says, I still feel upset. I feel really sad. You know, I regret the relationship didn't work out. I regret that I regret the past. Because this person's still focused on the past. They're still focused on the broken relationship. 3 of Cups in the reverse. 3 of Cups is downturned with that 3 of Cups. So this person, when you get 3 of Cups in the reverse, which effectively it's not reversed, but the 3 Cups are on the floor, all of the contents spilled out. It's a broken relationship. 3 of Cups, soulmate relationship. So this is, this is a partnership. This is a collaboration. This is a team that has failed. There's no more joy. There's no more laughter. There's no more enthusiasm and excitement. And when it's in the upright, it says, I miss that. I miss this person. I just miss them. My heart feels so lost. I feel so sad. It's not the 3 of Swords, it's the 5 of Cups. I just feel depressed about what is gone. I feel really low. But in the reverse, Sagittarius, you're starting to come out of that. So you're focusing on healing from a relationship, from a lover that walked away from you, or that you left, or that a relationship that simply didn't work out, Sagittarius. Mentally and emotionally, how do you feel about this recovery, this healing? Well, you feel the Page of Cups in the reverse. So you're focusing on healing. This is where your head is at. You want to heal, but mentally and emotionally, you feel like the Page of Cups in the reverse. How can I explain that? How does that work? That Page of Cups in the reverse. Let me think about that one. Page of Cups in the reverse is rejection. I think that you, 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 I think that you or you don't emotionally invest. You feel emotionally isolated. I don't think that you're recovering, Sagittarius, with those two cards. Because the Page of Cups is reversed, mentally and emotionally. Emotionally, with the Page of Cups in the reverse, you might feel rejected, or you might feel that you are not ready to emotionally play into this. So your focus is on healing, but mentally, but let's break this down. So your focus is on healing, Sagittarius. But emotionally, around healing, how do you feel emotionally about trying to heal from a situation? Well, you're not ready to do it with the Page of Cups in the reverse. You're not really ready to emotionally explore that part of yourself right now. And mentally, with the Page of Cups in the reverse, again, this is for me a card that says I'm not ready to, mentally, I don't feel ready to do that right now. Because head and heart are kind of very much interlinked. So I feel with this being reversed, you're not ready to invest in trying to heal. And why is that? Because of the Queen of Cups. I think that you guys are still very emotionally in a... When you get the Queen of Cups energy, she's not reversed, no. But the Queen of Cups is she's notorious for being somebody who is emotionally... She emotionally invests. She still has feelings. Alright, and now her cup is covered, so she tends to hide her feelings sometimes. That's what the cup cards tend to do. If you notice with the Page of Cups in the upright, Knight of Cups, they're very open emotionally when they're in the upright. And to a certain extent is the King of Cups. She's the only cup card of the courts that has her cup covered. I think that emotionally you're still very invested in an individual here with this Queen of Cups energy. I think you still dream about this person with the Queen of Cups energy, Sagittarius. I feel that you still have a vision, because she's a dreamer as well. She realms into the... she lives in the realms of fantasy, does the Queen of Cups. So I still feel that you've got a romantic vision concerning an individual here. Now, this can mean healing, but remember the cards mean a multitude of words. They really do. And depending on what cards you get around the card that you're looking at. So, yes, she can be healing. Now, if this card Page of Cups was in the upright, it looks happier. If this was you, mentally and emotionally, I would have said you were ready. Because your focus is, the situation is all about you healing. With that Five of Cups in the reverse. There's where your focus is mentally and emotionally. And around that, Page of Cups in the upright would say, well, yeah, I'm ready to give it a chance. Because he's got his cup held out. So he's ready. Because I'm healing. Queen of Cups. But he's reversed. So mentally and emotionally, this says to me, well, I'm not ready. When you get a Page of Cups in the reverse, this is sometimes somebody who's not ready to contact you, or they're not ready to invest in you, or they're not ready to have a relationship, because they're either immature or, you know, they're not particularly enthused or excited by the idea of it. So I think that here, this changes now, this Queen of Cups, I would say, in the reverse, around your mental and emotional Sagittarius. I think that you're still invested emotionally. I think that you're still in love with this Queen of Cups energy. I think you still got feelings. Queen of Cups, we can use the word feelings. I think you still got feelings for an individual. Around your present situation, what's going on? Well, the situation is about the world. So the world can mean several things. Sometimes when you get the world card, it means the ending of a cycle. So the situation might be that a cycle has ended for you. You've drawn a conclusion. Sometimes the world card can mean, well, I have knowledge, higher knowledge, because it's a card about learning a lesson. So the situation might be about you guys either ending a cycle, drawing something to a conclusion, or you might have learned a lesson. When you learn a lesson with the world card, you're able now to come to the situation from a very much a higher perspective, from a more mature perspective with that world card in the upright. Around that, what are you experiencing around the world? Well, yeah, Three of Swords. So I think that something has come to, I think that you've either... There's a realization here with this moon card, with the world card, sorry, in the upright. I think there's a realization that maybe something has come to the end of the line with that world card there being the situation. There's also a realization that you have to face up to a situation and accept it. There's also a lesson that's been learnt here, I feel, by some of you Sagittarians with that world card in the upright. And I feel around that what you're experiencing is heartbreak. With the Three of Swords, I think there's real heartbreak, real sadness and disappointment with this Three of Swords energy. And what's the reason for that? Right, because of the Fool. Because somebody is not invested in you. Fool in the reverse means somebody's not invested. They don't want to take a risk. They don't want the opportunity. They don't want to take a leap of faith. They don't want to pursue the opportunity with you. So you've got to fall in the reverse. This is somebody who's very reluctant. Some of you guys, this person is reluctant to contact you, or they're just reluctant to invest in the relationship per se. And around your hopes, what's the situation? Well, the situation is about the Ten of Coins in the reverse. So Ten of Coins in the reverse is all about unstable relationships that don't have a solid enough foundation that you can build on them. They're all about feuds, separations, arguments, a crack in a foundation is the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. I think the situation is that there's been a relationship where there isn't enough stability. There is very much a crack in the foundation. It can't withhold itself. The relationship that we're looking at here, the situation is about this not being long term. It might be with the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, somebody doesn't want to speak to you, because this in the upright can be where somebody wants to communicate with you, or you're communicating with somebody. Somebody might have cancelled a meeting, that type of thing, with the Ten of Coins in the reverse. But I think more than anything, Sagittarius, this Ten of Coins in the reverse that we're looking at around your hopes, energy, the situation is all about an unstable relationship that is not for the long term. And around that, what are your hopes? Well, you're hoping that somebody's going to return, or you're hoping that somebody's going to stay and try and work this situation out, because the Eight of Cups in the reverse either means, there's three meanings that I think about with Eight of Cups in the reverse. It's either somebody doesn't know whether to stay or go, somebody reconsiders and turns back. So somebody has a change of heart with the Eight of Cups in the reverse and decides to turn back. Or the Eight of Cups in the reverse is that somebody simply stays. And I think that you're hoping is that somebody's going to change their mind and return to you. Because the situation is all about an unstable relationship. Possibly severance in a relationship with the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, especially if it's been long term. And around that severance, your hopes are, well, I hope this person returns to me with the Eight of Cups, that they change their mind in the reverse. And what's the reason for that? You think this person's your soulmate. Ace of Swords in the upright says, I'm certain that this person is for me. You think this person's your soulmate, Sagittarius. You feel that you and this individual have a true bond. That's what you're feeling about this individual. This is why you've still got feelings. This is why you want to heal, but mentally and emotionally you're not ready to do that, because you've still got feelings. You've still got a fantasy of love with this individual, with that Queen of Cups. This situation, you're having to face up to it from a very mature perspective, because it's the end of the line. You have to draw a conclusion to it, but you're experiencing heartbreak around that. This could also be with the World card around your present situation, that the situation is about achieving the greatest thing that you could ever achieve. But around that, what you're experiencing is disappointment. I think that this is about greatness. The World in the upright, actually. I'll read it a different way. I think it's about greatness. The World in the upright can also be great success. Achieving the greatest success that you can think about in any type of situation. It's love. So this is also a soulmate card. When you get the World card, this is about the person that you think of as being anything and everything to you. This is the soulmate. This is the person who was destined for you in terms of love. And your focus around this is about achieving greatness. So the situation for you in the present is all about great achievement. Soulmate, strong soulmate, psychic, soul bond energy. But around that, what you're experiencing is disappointment, Three of Swords. Because somebody's not committed to this. Somebody doesn't believe in this like you believe in it, with the Fool card in the reverse. And around that, your hopes, well, this is all about a fractured relationship. Ten of Coins in the reverse. But your hopes are, well, hopefully this person's going to return around this to sort it out. Because we're meant to be with the Ace of Swords. This is my soulmate. Doesn't this person get it too? Around your expectations, what's the situation? Well, Hierophant reverse is the situation. Hierophant reverse is where somebody doesn't want to commit. They don't want a traditional monogamous. You know, this is about somebody who's breaking away. So I feel that the situation is somebody has broken away from the relationship, from the commitment, with the Hierophant in the reverse. And around that, what are you expecting? So the situation around your expectations is about somebody who's breaking away, probably even breaking vows here with the Hierophant in the reverse. What are you expecting about this breakage of vows with the Hierophant in the reverse, or a broken commitment with the Hierophant in the reverse? the Eight of Swords in the reverse. You're expecting that you would be free, so this must be you. Hierophant reverse. This isn't this person here. Your expectations are around your expectations, Sagittarius. This is all about doing something alternative or doing something different with the Hierophant in the reverse. This is all about saying, well, what if this person isn't my soulmate with the Hierophant in the reverse? Because here you think they're your soulmate around your hopes. This is why you want them to return. But your expectations, while your focus is on, well, what if I decided to look at something different with this Hierophant in the reverse? It could be also, what if I decided not to force this person to commit? Maybe we could have a loose relationship, maybe with that Hierophant. You're expecting that you would be feeling freer. You wouldn't be feeling so entrapped, so hurt with this situation with the Eight of Swords in the reverse. And what's the reason for that? Because of the Magician in the reverse. Let me try and think about those energies, because I don't know whether this is for your benefit or for the other person's benefit in your expectations. If I go quiet, Sagittarius, it's just that I'm excuse me, it's just I'm trying to think about how this works. So around your expectations, your focus is on the Hierophant in the reverse. I think that this is the person. You're expecting that this person here, so the situation is all about an alternative way of looking at this situation, looking at this relationship. And maybe the focus is on doing something different in this relationship, because around that what you'd be expecting is that this person would be feeling, I feel that this is the person actually, you would expect that this person would feel freer. They wouldn't feel so locked down by the relationship with the Eight of Swords in the reverse. Why is that? Because this person's not committed with the Magician in the reverse. Magician's reverse can mean con men, liars, but they can also mean people who don't want to start a particular course of action, or they don't really want to start. They're not committed, or they're not confident in something. And it's almost like your expectations are all for the benefit of the other person. It's almost like you feel that maybe if you had an alternative thing with this individual, it would help them rather than help you. What can you not see coming in? Nine of Wands in the reverse. So the situation is about no longer waiting, no longer anticipating this person's return, or this person becoming what you want them to be in terms of this relationship. Around that, what you can't see coming in with the Nine of Wands in the reverse is the Four of Coins. I think that this is all about you, with this Four of Coins in the reverse, becoming more reticent. And possibly, because the Four of Coins in the upright can be about rejection as well. So I think that what you can't see coming in is that you will start to reject this individual with that Four of Coins. Because I think here the situation is you guys are no longer going to be waiting or anticipating something from this individual with the Nine of Wands in the reverse. And around that, what you can't see coming in, this letting go, Nine of Wands in the reverse, is that you guys will hold back. You guys will now, I feel, become far more protective of yourselves and your own environment with that Four of Coins. And what's the reason for that? Well, because of the Page of Wands. You're no longer enthused by this situation. This situation, I feel, will end up boring you. You'll no longer want to take that venture, that journey, that look into... the Page of Wands in the upright is all about creativity and excitement and enthusiasm and joy and travel and curiosity. In the reverse, he becomes bored. So he becomes less curious. He becomes less enthusiastic, less excited. And I think that this is you guys here. What you can't see coming in is that you're going to finally stop waiting for this individual. Nine of Wands in the reverse is going to be the situation. Around that, what you can't see coming in is that you're going to, around that lack of needing to anticipate or wait for this individual here, Sagittarius, I think you guys will become far more guarded with who you are against this person with that Four of Coins. Because I think that you've been let down with this Page of Wands in the reverse. I would say this Page of Wands in the reverse is probably because you've been let down by this individual. What is the immediate future saying for Sagittarius? Well, the situation is about the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. And by the way, every single one of these cards I shuffled was in the upright. And the reversals in here have changed. They've reversed themselves somewhere along the line. I don't reverse the cards, it looks like. I'm using the Rider-Waite Radiant deck They can be pretty slippery, so I don't tend to need to put reversals in there, just, you know, to turn cards around and stuff. They're showing up as reversals on their own. The situation will be about the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. The situation is that this relationship, whatever this is for you, Sagittarius, will face a time of stagnation. Some of you guys, it might be that you're not contacted by this person for a period of time with that Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. What will you experience around that Wheel of Fortune in the reverse? Well, you might, and this is you, Sagittarius, because Temperance is a Sagittarius person, you might experience around that coming in a sense of feeling unwell, or feeling imbalanced, or feeling unsettled with that Temperance card in the reverse. It might be around this that you decide that you don't want to work on this relationship anymore. Temperance in the upright is all about working with opposing forces, trying to get something balanced, trying to get something to work in tandem with another opposing force. In the reverse, you tend to kind of mismanage it, or you're not so careful, or you're not so you know, the Temperance card in the reverse is often just a feeling of imbalance, I would say, and some of you guys might be feeling a lack of control as well with that Temperance card in the reverse. What's the reason for that? Well, because of a King of Cups in the reverse. I think that somebody has emotionally detached from you with that King of Cups in the reverse. I think that this person with the King of Cups in the reverse is very emotionally unavailable. King of Cups reverse can be somebody who's emotionally unavailable. I think that it's because somebody's cut themselves off from you with this King of Cups reverse and that Wheel of... I'm seeing that the situation will be about stagnancy, Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, and around that what you'll experience is the Temperance card in reverse, and I'm calling you guys Temperance because it's a Sagittarius card. Some of you guys will feel a lack of control over the situation, the inability to manage the situation, or to try and get some form of a compromise from this individual. Because I think that this person doesn't want to compromise with you with this King of Cups showing in the reverse. This person's very emotionally unavailable and emotionally reticent with the King of Cups in the reverse. The overall outcome shows us, well, the Hermit reverse. This shows either you, the situation will either be you or the individual cutting yourself off completely in this situation, Sagittarius, and around that the overall outcome will be the Page of Swords in the reverse. This can be spying when you get a Page of Swords in the reverse. It can also be meanness and I mean, it depends on how you want to look at the Page of Swords reverse. Page of Swords in the upright can be somebody who's not contacting you at all. Is well, they're holding back information. It might be that what you experience overall from that. I think this person is cutting off from you completely. I don't think it's you, because I think you want this thing with this individual. I think that the situation will be somebody who's going to possibly go into hiding for a little bit of time, because the Hermit in the reverse means complete and utter isolation. I'm seeing somebody, the situation is somebody cutting off completely, and around that it might be that you're looking into who this person is. You might be checking out their profile, that type of thing, Sagittarius. And what's the reason for that? Because of the Five of Swords. Well, I feel this because this person's cut you out with the Five of Swords energy showing there. Sometimes the Five of Swords is to gain power, but in the reverse it's all about gaining power. I think the situation is someone's going to cut you off. Some of you Sagittarians. I'm sorry about the reading, you know, I get people saying, oh, you know, on the Scorpio reading, oh, that's not good news for the new year. It's like, just, you know, there's not a lot I can do about it. I shuffle well. I decided to turn all the cards upright again, instead of just using reversals in some of the readings. It makes no fucking difference. This is what came out. I'm sorry, okay? If it doesn't resonate with you, good. If it does, I'm sorry. What can I do? Cards come out the way that they come out. That's it. You know, for me, Page of Swords in the reverse means secrecy. So it means that you do things underneath the radar. Instead of fronting up to it, though, you're doing it in secret. Some of you guys, it might be that there is a certain amount of spying. You might be doing this. I don't think it's this person doing this, because they're the King of Cups in the reverse. They're the Magician in the reverse. They're the Fool in the reverse. So I don't think it's them. I think it's you, Sagittarius, doing a bit of spying, a bit of research, I would say, with that Page of Swords in the reverse on this individual. It might be for some of you guys, if somebody cuts themselves off from you, the Page of Swords is bad words in the reverse. This is about bitching. So some of you guys, it might be that you're bitching on someone. You're talking to this, you know, this is about talking behind somebody's back. Page of Swords in the reverse. Instead of coming out with stuff to them, you're talking behind their back to others. So some of you guys, the overall outcome might be that you start talking behind somebody's back. Wouldn't be anything wrong with it. Page of Swords in the reverse is bitching. So if the person that you're with has got bad breath and they cut you off, you might just turn around and say, I didn't like him anyway, I had fucking bad breath. You might be saying stuff like that to your mates, you know. You might be cussing this person down with the Page of Swords in the reverse because they cut you out, Five of Swords, because you feel powerless to do anything about the situation. And, you know, look, we all do it, don't we? We all do it. If somebody's hurt us, a lot of the time, Sagittarius, that's what people do. It's very difficult to keep a dignified silence when somebody's hurt you to such an extent. And I do think that some of you guys in the first 2 weeks of January 2018, are going to be feeling very hurt by somebody's actions. And it might be that the Page of Swords in the overall outcome is an outlet that you guys have for releasing the pain. And it might be that you talk to your mum about the person, or you talk to your friends and you say, that bastard, look what that bastard did to me. That fucker anyway, fuck him. I'm glad he's gone because he had smelly socks. Or I'm glad she's gone because she, you know, she had smelly armpits anyway, or she had, you know, or she didn't, she cooked bad food, or, you know, with the Page of Swords reverse, this is about the sneak, but it's also about the person who can be fairly sharp-tongued and fairly nasty and talk behind people's backs. That's what Page of Swords in the reverse does. But it's also about the spy, watching someone, but at the same time being sneaky and saying stuff. And I just get the impression that some of you guys are going to be feeling really hurt with that Page of Swords in the reverse. And you'll kind of communicate that hurt, maybe to others. You know, because this person cut you out, because you feel powerless and you feel upset that this person cut you out. It's almost like you feel this person took your power away from you, and the only way that you can really deal with this situation is by communicating it to other people and maybe saying the things that you didn't like about this person. We're going to get this reading again, Sagittarius, okay? So what I'm seeing coming in for you guys for love, well, the situation is about the Five of Cups in the reverse. Your focus, the situation around your mental and emotional, it's all about healing or trying to heal over a situation, Sagittarius. And around that, you're not really particularly interested with that Page of Cups in the reverse. Emotionally, you're finding it very difficult. This is also about forgiveness. But I feel that if the situation involves forgiveness and healing, you guys aren't ready to do that with that Page of Cups in the reverse. And I think it's because you've still got feelings with that Queen of Cups energy sitting there. Because in your present situation, it involves, the situation is about the greatest wish, the greatest idea, the greatest achievement that you thought you could make, or you thought you were making with an individual. But around that, what you're experiencing is disappointment, Three of Swords, because this person doesn't feel the same way as you. This person is very reticent. So if some of you guys thought that somebody was going to propose to you, or they wanted to get married, or they wanted to move in, or they wanted to move the relationship up a gear, the disappointment will come because this person will either say, I don't want to do that, or I'm not ready for that with the Fool in the reverse. Or I don't feel that way about you, or I'm very cautious about leaping into something with you with the Fool in the reverse. I think that in the present situation, the disappointment, because Three of Swords often shows disappointment and disagreement between more than, 2 to 3 people. So I think that you're experiencing disappointment with this person, hurt feelings with this Three of Swords energy, because somebody doesn't move in the same direction that you want to move in with the Fool in the reverse. They're very cautious and very reticent. Around your hopes, well, the situation is about a very fractured relationship, 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. It could be about the failure of a marriage for some of you guys, or the failure of a long-term relationship. But your hopes are around this failure that somebody would change their mind and return. 8 of Cups in the reverse. Because you know, or you feel that this person is your soulmate. You and this individual, Sag, are meant to be. That's it. That's it for you. You're meant to be with this individual. They're the one. Ace of Swords. But around your expectations, and this is where it gets a little bit tricky, the situation is all about the Hierophant in the reverse, and this is about, your focus is on doing something alternative, I feel, with that Hierophant in the reverse, because around that you would expect that this person might just lighten up a little bit with the Eight of Swords in the reverse, because they are very reluctant, I feel, to develop and to work on developing this relationship with the Magician in the reverse. What you can't see coming in is, and I think this is mainly to do with you guys here, the situation, it could be two ways. It could be that the situation is about you guys finally giving up on waiting for this individual, Nine of Wands in the reverse. You're no longer anticipating something happening here. And around that, what you can't see coming in is that it could be either that you guys start to reject the idea of this individual, protect yourself, put your boundaries up with that Four of Coins, because this person has not kept up with a promise with the Page of Wands in the reverse, or you've now become bored of the situation. Or it could be that the situation is again about no longer anticipating the situation, because what you can't see coming is this person is going to completely hold back, withdraw themselves with that Four of Coins, because it'll either be they'll send you a message that's not very good, that they don't want to pursue this situation, or again it's just simply that they're acting very bored and very reticent with the Page of Wands energy in the reverse. The immediate future, the situation is all about Wheel of Fortune. So this is stagnancy. The situation is about stagnancy, things not evolving within the relationship, a lack of growth, a lack of movement with this Wheel of Fortune energy in the reverse. A run of negative energy maybe within the relationship is the situation. And around that, what you'll experience, Sagittarius, is feeling a lack of control. So you're no longer in control with the Temperance energy in the reverse. You're no longer in a position where you can try and make this situation work, Sagittarius, with that Temperance card in the reverse. Because there's already somebody here, and it could be a water sign that you're dealing with, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces individual, or it's just simply somebody who is very emotionally unavailable with this King of Cups in the reverse. This person seems to be emotionally shut down, I would say, with the King of Cups in the reverse. And I feel therefore overall what you guys will experience in the overall outcome, the situation will be about the Hermit in the reverse, somebody who's isolating themselves completely from you. So they're shutting down from you completely with that Hermit in the reverse. Around that, the overall outcome will be the Page of Swords. Now, it'll either be that this person who shut themselves down from you is bitching on you, I feel, with the Page of Swords in the reverse, because they didn't really have your best interests at heart. They cut you off. They're feeling rather kind of like, well, I don't want to be with that person anyway. So it'll either be that this person's possibly bitching about you because of the Five of Swords. They've cut you out. They don't want you, so, you know, they've cut off from you. And it might be that they're saying to other people, yeah, I broke up with so-and-so. I broke up with Sagittarius because, you know, I didn't feel that she was attractive enough, or he was attractive enough, or I felt that she was boring, or he was boring with the Page of Swords in the reverse, or I felt that, you know, she's too clingy, or he's too clingy with the Page of Swords in the reverse. And that's because of the Five of Swords. They've cut you out. They didn't have any best intentions for you in the first place. Or this will be you, because this person has isolated themselves from you completely. This might be with the Page of Swords in the reverse. You guys in the overall outcome still spying on this individual, looking at their Facebook, looking at their social media. What are they up to? Are they with anybody else? Because you might feel that this person's already got someone else. Five of Swords can as much be a third-party situation as a Three of Swords card can as well. So it might be some of you guys are spying on this person because you feel they've got somebody else here, that they've cut you out for somebody else. Or it could be that you're saying not very nice things about this individual, Sagittarius, because you're resentful that they cut you out with the Five of Swords energy. Either way, I feel that in this reading, and please, 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 guys, if this doesn't resonate with you, then great. But please, you know, I've had enough of, you know, the cards have been shuffled really well, everything was upright, and there are still reversals in there. And I'm not going to apologise for there being a fucking reversal in a reading. I'm not going to do that. Because I'm a reader, and I'm a big woman, and I'm a mature woman. And if the cards show up the way that they have, I read them in the way that I feel that they should be read. Alright? I am not in control of what happens to people's futures. All I can do is read what I see on a card, and that's it. So, if any of you people are Scorpio, and you've already looked at your Scorpio reading, and you're cross-watching or something like that, and you look and you've got some Sag somewhere in your chart, and you're one of those people on Scorpio that decided that you wanted to have a go at me about the Scorpio reading, it's like, don't blame me. I'm not God. I don't control your life. All I do is read the cards. And that's what I'm seeing. The best thing to do if you feel that a reading is negative but it kind of resonates with you is to take a lesson from the reading and say, what is it that I can change about myself? So if this incorporates anybody who is spying on someone because you've been cut out, because you're resentful that somebody's upset you and cut you out, well, why bother? If somebody doesn't want to know, and if there is nothing that you can do to try and manage and sort this situation through with the Temperance in the reverse, if there's nothing that you can do to try and control, if you're feeling a lack of control over an individual with the Temperance in the reverse because they're shut down from you emotionally, then the best thing to do is just to fuck them off. As hurtful as that is, that's the best thing to do. I mean, here I think, Sag, that you feel that this person is your world, that you feel that they're the best of the best, but you're disappointed because this person doesn't feel that way about you. Fool in the reverse. They don't feel that way about you. There are things here that you possibly focuses on things that I wanted to achieve with this individual, but I'm sorely disappointed because this person doesn't want to achieve these things with me. I want this person to return because I feel that they're my soulmate, but they don't feel that because they're the fool in the reverse. You know, this is up to, if you feel the reading's negative, Sag, and I'm sorry, I really am sorry, I just read the cards, that's all I do. You know, and I find that if for every reading that somebody might feel to be a little bit negative, there's always a positive turn in the reading. Because really what it's saying is look at what your own mindset is. If somebody's acting a certain way with you, then why bother? Is there any point? Best thing that you can do is focus and value yourself, because it's through those things that you'll actually get what you want in the end. I just feel in this reading, Sagittarius, there's somebody here who's not giving you the respect that you should be getting. I get the impression that for some of you Saggies, you've got a certain ideal and a certain vision with that world card of the way you want things to be with this person, but you are disappointed by this because this person doesn't have the same vision with you. But it doesn't really matter, because for every person that doesn't share a vision with you, there'll be somebody else that does. I just feel that right now, for some of you guys, in the first 2 weeks of January 2018, this thing really isn't meant to be right now with you and another individual. And the best thing to do if somebody is consistently hurting you, making you feel a certain way, is just to try your best to let them go. And the best way to let anybody go is by focusing on yourself and focusing on that vision that you still have for the future. You can't blame somebody for being not interested, because that's their thing. You just got to look at what you want to do going forward, because there's always going to be somebody out there that's willing to love you in the way that you want to be loved, and they're going to give back to you as much as you're going to give to them. For somebody that's not giving to you, Sagittarius, seriously, no point. Just let it go. Focus on yourself. As hard as I had to do that this year, I really did. There was somebody that came into my life, he turned out to be a weirdo. Done, dusted. And life has been better ever since. It really has. My life has just been beautiful, because all I've done is focused on my business, my life. I've got beautiful family, encouragement from them. I worked really hard on Carol's Universe. I've got some goals that I want to hit in 2018. I'm enjoying my life. It's wonderful. But that's all because I just decided to focus on me and what makes my life better. And if somebody else should come along in the future, for me, great. But I'm as happy as Larry. I really am. I've got a great life. And I would just suggest for some of you guys, if this resonates with any of you, if it does, do what I've done. Don't focus on the people that aren't invested in you. Focus on your life going forward. And soon you will find that once you start to feel in a better place, everything else will slot in. If this reading doesn't resonate with you, Sag, great. If you've got a beautiful relationship, marvellous. I'm really happy for you. But for those it does resonate with, you know what? Don't even waste your breath on this person. If you're doing any type of bitching on this person because they cut you out, forget it. If you're spying and looking on their social media or what they're up to because they cut you out, forget it. No point. Because all you're doing is you're prolonging the pain. Move on, be happy, and focus on yourself. Because when you start focusing on yourself, you'll find that the universe is really going to start to work in tandem with you. Alright, I love you guys very, very much, Saggies. You're one of my favourite signs to read for, definitely. And I'll speak to you guys soon. Take care.